All right, let's build something. We're putting together a playbook for fighting smart, and we're going to prove that having a good strategy, well, that's the ultimate weapon. Way more than just brute
Let's kick
strength.
things off with a big one. You see two people in the ring, both skilled, both tough. What's the thing that really separates them? What makes one of them truly great?
And here's the thing, it's not always about who's bigger or who hits harder. The real answer is intelligence. It's having a game plan. And that's exactly what we're here to do today. Build that game plan from the ground up.
Okay, let's dive right into Chapter 1. First things first, you have to understand your own equipment, your physical body. We're talking about your hardware. You know, every fighter is built a little different, and knowing those differences is everything. Look at this. A muscular fighter, tons of power, but they can gas out. So your play is to make the fight last. A skinny fighter has that great endurance, but maybe not as much power. So what do? You get aggressive, you go after the body. Heavier fighters can be super durable, but their cardio might be a weak spot. So you use movement, you make them work, you wear them down. And what about a balanced fighter? Someone with no obvious weakness? Well, that's when you have to stop looking at their body and start attacking their style.
And this is where it gets really interesting, right? It's a total clash of styles. The muscular fighter is literally on a ticking clock. They have to get a finish early before that oxygen debt kicks in. But the skinny fighter? Their advantage is the exact opposite. Their whole game is to drag it out, to let fatigue be their best weapon. It's a classic battle of power versus time.
Okay, so let's switch gears from body type to how your body works. Let's talk flexibility. And honestly, this is a huge mind shift for a lot of people. We all think stretching is about, physically making our muscles longer, but that's not really the whole story. A lot of the time, that tightness you feel, that's just your brain hitting the brakes, putting on a safety lock to stop you from getting hurt in a position where you're weak. So the trick then is you can actually teach your nervous system to unlock that range of motion. And that's what this PNF method is all about. By actually tensing up the muscle while it's being stretched, you're proving to your brain that you're strong in that vulnerable position. Your nervous system feels that strength. It goes, okay, this is safe now, and it gives you a little more flexibility. You see, it's not just stretching. It's like you're having a conversation with your own body.
All right, on to the next chapter. And this builds on everything we've talked about. I mean, you can have the perfect body, the slickest technique, but if your gas tank hits empty, none of it matters. We're talking about managing the single most crucial resource in any fight, your energy.
So how do you avoid gassing out? Well, the smart fighter is always thinking about these three things. First, be efficient. You don't have to throw every single shot with knockout power. Use fakes, set things up. Second, you gotta stay relaxed. Anxiety makes you tense, and tense muscles just burn fuel for no good reason. And third, you have to be recovering constantly. Breathe through your nose, it helps with oxygen intake, and use every single tiny pause to get your breathing and heart rate back under control.
And of course, you can't fake this stuff. You have to build that engine in the gym, and that really takes two different styles of training that work together. You've got your steady-state cardio. Think of a long, slow jog where you could still chat with someone. That builds your base. It literally makes your gas tank bigger. And then you've got HIIT. These short, all-out explosive bursts followed by rest. That gets your body ready for the chaos, the stop-and-go pace of a real fight. You absolutely need both. Okay, hardware? Check. Energy engine? Check. Now for the fun part. Let's get into the offensive playbook. We're talking about the science of the knockout and how you can land one even if you don't have superhuman strength.
So what is a knockout, really? It's not about crushing bone or anything like that. It's about creating a specific event inside the skull, basically a concussion. You're causing the brain to jolt around so fast that it bumps into the walls of the skull. And the real key to making that happen? It's all about rotation.
So, ingredient number one for a knockout, especially if you're not some huge power puncher, is accuracy. Simple as that. You're not trying to punch through someone's head, you're trying to turn it. And what's the best lever to turn the head? The jaw. A clean shot right on the chin or on the side of the jaw creates the most whip-like rotational force possible. And this might be the most critical piece of the whole puzzle. Timing. I mean, we've all heard it, right? It's the punch you don't see that knocks you out. But why? Well, it's because your body has a built-in defense system. When you see a hit coming, your brain instantly tells the muscles in your neck to tense up, to brace for impact and stabilize your head.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? If you can land a shot your opponent isn't braced for, all those natural defenses are down. Their head is just loose. It's free to spin without any resistance. That's why surprise is the ultimate weapon.
It completely bypasses durability. It's pure physics.
Okay, so the million-dollar question is, how do you create that surprise? How do you land that shot they never see coming? The answer is all about developing what we call fight IQ. It's about outthinking your opponent, not just outmuscling them.
So here's trick number 1. It's a classic, the old bait and switch. You basically lull your opponent to sleep. Let's say you throw a jab cross to the head. Then you do it again and again. Their brain starts to automate the defense for that specific combo. They just expect it. And then, bam, you suddenly break the pattern. You throw that same jab cross, but instead of the cross, you throw a kick. They're reacting to the pattern they learned, not what's actually happening. And that's your opening.
Now, trick number 2 is a little more high level. This is like playing chess. It starts with observation. You notice, hey, every time I throw my right hand, this guy slips to his left. You've found a habit, a predictable reaction. So what do? You fake the right hand to make him do his slip, and you meet him right there with a left hook he just slipped into. See? You're not reacting to him. You made him react right into your trap.
And look, you can bake these tricks right into some pretty simple combos. Using the standard boxing numbers, where a 1 is a jab, 2 is a cross, 3 is a hook. That 1-2-3 low combo is a perfect example of changing patterns. You throw the jab and cross up high to get their hands up, then you break the pattern and slam that hook to the body. Or something like the 3-2 slip 6, that uses surprise by leading with a hook, totally messing up their defensive rhythm.
So we've walked through the core chapters of our playbook, right? From your physical hardware and your energy system all the way to the science and strategy of landing that perfect shot. But, the most important lesson is always the last one.
And here's the biggest takeaway from all of this. This playbook, it's not a rule book you just memorize. A truly great fighter is always a student. They're always watching, always learning from what they did wrong, always adding new pages to their playbook and fine-tuning their game.
We've laid out the tools: strategy over strength, efficiency over pure exhaustion, and intelligence over raw instinct. But this isn't just stuff to know, it's stuff to do. The playbook is in your hands now. So the only real question left is, what's your first move going to be?